Hello, everyone here in YouTube. Today is coffee and cards. Today is Thursday, January 19th. I am Danny Garola, stampinthepinkbarn.com, coming to you with some super cute cards using the Fancy Flora suite. I'm going to call this kind of our twofer because we're going to get two cards out of one kind of technique that I'm going to show you using this amazing set. Now, this is a big suite. It comes with two bundles. Also, you get a very beautiful pack of designer series paper. You get the Grosgrain pool party ribbon in there. You're also going to get these gems in that suite. These are Calypso Coral, Balmy Blue, and Gold gems here. These are called the iridescent pastel gems. Now, with one of these, you're also going to get the fine shimmer designer series paper. Let me get that out and show you what that looks like, because it is absolutely gorgeous. It is this one down here. You will get it two 12 by 12 of each color. So you're going to get two 12 by 12s of gold, two 12 by 12 of soft succulent, and two 12 by 12 of the fresh freesia in this beautiful fine shimmer paper. It is absolutely stunning. It is a very, very, like it says, a very fine shimmer to it, so it's not like this big gaudy glittery stuff. So it's just beautiful to add to your cards. You can actually go over and catch me. I did my Monday Facebook Live. You can see the replay of that here in YouTube. If you go to my YouTube page and look at my previous videos, Monday the 16th on Martin Luther King Day, I did again 3 cards using this suite. So you're going to want to go over there and check out those 3 cards because they are so stunning and just gorgeous. So let's get into today. I know I'm supposed to be live today, but I had to take my mother to the to see her surgeon. She is getting ready to have heart surgery. So we have to go and we have to check everything out. So I am doing this pre-recorded kind of live, not so live. So please still feel free to leave me comments. I always check your guys' comments. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you are new here. Like I said, I love seeing you guys pop in here and leave comments for me. Our join promotion for the celebration special. This is the join 3 options you can pick from for joining my team right now. So through the end of February, there's this excellent starter kit deal going on. For the first 2 options, you get to pick one of the mini die cutting machines, which is perfect for die cutting projects. Now, it doesn't die cut the project that I'm going to show you today, because the project that I'm using today is using that big full die from that Fancy Flora suite. But nonetheless, it is a $63 value on that mini machine. Now you can pick it in either the brand new boho blue or that white that I just showed you. So you would pay $129 for that little machine plus don't forget that I had the plus on there. You get to pick $175 worth of product of your choice in any of our current catalogs, or on our clearance rack, anything that is available on the website besides the celebrations items, because those are earned, not purchased. So you could go on there and pick either one of those. So you're pretty much paying $30 for that machine. When you really hear about the last deal, you get to still pick $175 and only pay $99. So the last option does not include one of those machines. You still get to pick the $175 worth of product and only pay $99. So the way I see it is, if you're going to join my team, which you're going to love being on my team, you get some really good discounts being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. let me tell you that if you pick one of these two options, you're only going to pay the extra $30 for that machine versus you getting it for $63. So even if you pick one of these options, you still get to pick the $175, but you get one of those machines included in there for $30. You can hang on to that and give it as a gift or, you know, whatever. So take that into consideration. I have right now my Country Floral Lane PDF class. Now this is going to offer 6 beautiful cards using the Country Floral Lane suite collection. I am offering this PDF for only $12. So you're going to get the dimensions, some still photos, everything that you would need to read step-by-step directions on how to make these 6 beautiful cards. You will have to buy your own the suite collection and your own paper and supplies and stuff. You can find the link in my store. If you go over to stampinthepinkbarn.com, go to kit class, and it will tell you all about this kit or that PDF. Right now, our Sunshine and Smiles is our current paper pumpkin. This is the first time that Paper Pumpkin is making some, or Stampin' Up rather, is making their add-on 2 little cute dies that coordinate with this paper pumpkin this month. It is 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with a special little peek through window with 9 coordinating envelopes. You're going to get 1 Mango Melody Stampin' Spot. And just know that when you subscribe, or if you do the prepaid, which is an excellent time to do prepaid right now because you're going to earn yourself some of those free celebrations items, just know that the add-on has to be purchased inside of my store. That would be shopdannygarola.com. And the item code for that is 162486. So when you go in there and you make your order, add those little dies on there. They're only $6 and they're going to coordinate quite well with this paper pumpkin. You can find the direct subscribe link right here underneath the description of this video. Also, you're going to find out about the prepaid subscription option as well. This is what I was telling you, that if you pay for the prepaid, you could do 3 months, 6 month, or 12-month to qualify you for those celebrations items. So you're going to really want to read about this, and it is a great way to already prepay for those paper pumpkins. They're going to come right to your mailbox, and you'll be able to craft every month with us. Okay, so let's get down to these cards because, like I said, we're going to be making 2 for kind of the creation of 1. We are going to be using the Something Fancy bundle with the labeled dies here that go with that. Also, we have the 2-toned Flora stamp set with the coordinating dies and this great big die here. And we're going to actually be using this one and some of these flowers along with our sentiment and our labels. So I'm going to set those aside. The colors that I am using today, I am using Calypso Coral, the Cajun Craze, and Pool Party. So I'm going to set those aside. I need 2 of my blending brushes. I am using one that I use for the Pool Party and one that I'm going to use for the Calypso Coral. I also need something to cover my surface because since we're going to be doing some blender pen or some blender brushing, I don't want to get it all over my table. So I'm just going to use this scrap here. So let's get into the first card. So what I have done is I have taken this big die right here, and I have cut myself a piece of basic white. Now this basic white is 4 1/8 by 3 7/8. I mean by 5 1/8. And that is going to fit perfect. So I keep my borders along the edges here. So when I go to cut this out of the machine, I will then come out with a piece that looks like this. Okay. And by the magic of television, I can, have this done for you. But what I wanted to show you, what I keep right here handy for myself, that I will give you kind of just a little tip. You're going to want to run this through your Big and Boss machine at least 2 or 3 times to really make sure you get a nice crisp cut to get all your little pieces out of there. Now what I like to do is I then take my Take Your Pick tool. I have a couple of these. I also bought the little additional wheel brush here. I have the little foam mat that comes with it, and I just lay that down. This is an old Paper Pumpkin kit box, and then I just run this right in here. And as you can see, all my little scraps stay in my box. I'm not making a mess all over my floor because there's already a big enough mess down there anyways. Just because, you know, the little backings of our dimensionals, those kind of just wind up on the floor or on the bottom of my shoe or, you know, wherever. So let me get this one little piece out of here. It seems to want to be stuck and hang on, but I don't want to destroy that. All right, so oops, I can see that I have one little piece right here, so I'm just going to take the pokey end and poke that out. So there is my image. And then I just put this away, and periodically I'll dump that out when I see that it gets too full. Okay, so here is my piece. The next piece that I'm going to need is a basic white. This is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Right? Let me double check because both of these need to be the same exact size. So let me tell you the exact size because I don't want to tell you guys the wrong thing. So 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to layer those two together. Now, this is where I'm saying that we are going to get the, actually, no, I don't. I'm going to use this. This is that correct size, but I'm going to cut my white paper down for the other piece. Now, this one is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Okay, so know that the under piece is just going to be a hair smaller. So we're going to kind of see a smaller image underneath here, and I'm going to be doing some masking here, so it's all good. So I'm just going to lay this down just like this. Now I can take a piece of Terran tape or whatever I need to hold it, but I'm just going to use my fingers because it just seems to work for me. I'm not super picky about that. I will have the correct dimensions if I have confused you in any way, shape, or form, because I'm sure I have. I will have the dimensions over on my blog, stampinthepinkbarn.com. Under the coffee and cards, these cards will be photographed and put over there, along with the cutting and the scoring and all the things that you need to the shopping list, everything that will be needed to create these cards. And I'll have the right dimensions over there so I don't really screw you up. Okay, I'm going to go into my pool party first and just kind of lightly get all those edges off. And I'm just going to, no rhyme or reason, in no specific way, I'm just going to add some ink to this. And just rando, I'm just going to go wherever. And it's going to be darker in certain areas. It's going to be lighter in others. And that is exactly what I want. But you want to make sure you go all the way to the edge of this, the white piece that you have on the outside, even though your under piece is just a bit smaller, you still want to make sure you get the whole outer layer covered. Okay, so I'm going to go like that for right now, and we can always come in and add more of that pool party if we need it. Now I'm going to come in with the Calypso Coral and add that where I don't have my pool party. And it's okay if it overlaps a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, just swirl some of this color on there. Okay, holding that still. Come in here and get this flower. Okay, I'm going to come down here and really ink this one up. I want this one kind of dark. Okay, so once I can see that I've hit everywhere on that white detailed image, then I know I'm pretty good. And I'm not going to add any more pool party. I think I like it the way it is. I'm going to take this off. Now watch. This is where your twofer comes in, because now you're going to get both images that you can now use for your card fronts. Now, this idea is not mine. I attended the On Stage event over in Anaheim, and we got a sneak peek of these beautiful products that came out in the new mini catalog, or January through April catalog. And so I really wanted to show you guys how to do this, because when it was presented to us, it was just one of those wow factors on how you can get 2 cards out of one technique. Okay, so now let's get into creating these cards. So I'm going to move that out of the way and my ink. So for the first card, I am using a Pool Party base. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and I'm just going to fold it in half here. And I'm going to burnish that flat. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in that same piece of paper that I was telling you is the same size as this, which was the 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I do need to have a piece of basic white, because I'm going to add the basic white to the back of this for a matting behind that. I mean, I guess you could probably do it like that, but that Pool Party kind of gets lost. I really like the white behind it. It really gives it a crisp look. But you can try it with different colors behind it and see what you like. And you can do so many variants of colors for this card as well. Okay, so if I can get my glue to work here, I don't know what all of it, maybe it's because it's cold down here. It's not used to being cold. My glue has been having issues. Okay, so I'm just going to run some glue here on these bigger portions, and that was kind of a lot of glue, so let's move that around. And some of these bigger leaves. Okay, and I really want to make sure that I go around the edge of this. That's why I made it a little bit bigger than that die, so I could leave myself an outer edge to be able to add glue to this, so I can get it to adhere down to that backing. I do have adhesive sheets. I just always forget to use the darn things. Okay, so I'm going to line this up right on this white cardstock. And now that I have glue on my fingers, I better get that off, because I don't want that on the outside of my card. Okay, so that is going to lay perfectly on that, because it is the same size as that. That is going to get matted right to our card base, just like this. Okay, so I am going to just glue that right on. I was thinking about popping it up, but no, I'm going to leave it down, because we're going to add a ribbon, a little bow to this, and that's going to add enough dimension that I really don't want to have it popped up too, because that might just make it a little too big to go inside of an envelope. Okay. And the Postal Service does not like all that pop-up depth stuff, because they want to try to charge you more for shipping if you do that. Okay, so we will add the decorations to this once I show you the other layout that we're going to do. So I need a piece of thick basic white. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and I have scored this at 4 1/4. And the reason why I have scored it is because it is thick cardstock, and if I try to fold it, oops, wrong way. If I try to fold it without scoring it, it's going to leave a goofy, wrinkly mark over here, and I don't like that look. So you want to make sure you score your thick. The next piece that I need, this is Calypso Coral. This is 4 by 5 1/4. So this is just going to be our next layer. And then with this piece here, This is just 1/8 of an inch smaller. So this is 3 7/8 by 5 3/8, or nope, I fibbed, 5 1/8. Okay, so that's going to go there. So we can adhere that down as well. Oh, I've got glue on my finger. So now pretty much your hard work is done. Now we're just going to decorate these to give them a little bit of pop and add a sentiment and some ribbon. And you've got 2 gorgeous cards that are just to die for. All right, so I'm not going to add this to the base yet because we're going to wrap some ribbon around this. So what I am going to do, I'm going to use my Stampin' Mist as my guide here to making my bow. And I'm going to show you how this works. So I'm just going to take this and tie a bow. Okay, just like that. Okay, now I'm going to free this from the spool like that. Okay, so there's my bow. And now knowing where I want to set this on my card base is where I'm going to cut it. So I know that the bow I want over here on this edge. So knowing that I want the bow sitting right here, I need to do a little bit of a hangover on this so I can tape that to the back side. So I'm just going to come up underneath this ribbon like this and giving myself enough space. I'm just going to cut that. Okay, now I'm going to add this to my card, flipping this around and taping this on this side. I want to go up just a little bit more here. Okay, tape that. And then come over here and tape this. Just like that. And then my bow is in the perfect place that I want it, off to the side, because we're going to put a little sentiment right here. Okay, so that's exactly how I want that. For this card, I'm just going to make a bow. Okay, a freestanding bow here. And if I need to make those tails a little bit shorter, I can do that once we get it over here. But that is what we're doing with the ribbon. Okay, now let's move these out of the way. Let's bring in, I need a scrap of my basic white. I am going to use this flower right here. And I need the inside of that flower as well, because we're going to do that in 2 different tones. So I need to use my Calypso Coral and my Cajun Craze for this one. So my full image here is going to be stamped right in the Calypso Coral. Then with the inside, or the more detailed image, I'm going to use Cajun Craze for that. And this will line up right here inside of this little white mark, giving me a beautiful inside image. It just kind of makes those flowers really realistic and really pop. Then on this same piece here, I am also going to, I'm going to die cut this, but I also want to die cut this little image right here. Okay, and I am going to stamp the sentiment with Deepest Sympathy. And I am going to stamp that one in Pool Party. Now make sure when you place your orders that you add a Simply chamois to your order if you do not already have one of these chamois, because they are amazing for cleaning your stamps, and it just stays wet and it just stays on your desk, so you don't have to really mess with it too often, just to get it wet and rinse it out. When you rinse it, make sure you put it on warm water and on cool water to run that through. So you make sure that you really get both the light and the dark, or the warm and the cool tones out of that. Okay, so I just stamped that sentiment in that. Okay, I'm going to bring in my little machine here. Move some of this stuff out of the way. I'm going to move this, and I'm going to move this over here so I don't get anything crowded. Okay, so let's open this up and grab my plates. And so I'm also going to need in here is that, whoops, where did I put it? Nope, nope. Where is my flower stamp set? Oh, here it is. I have it hiding underneath here. I need the die that is going to match with this, and I believe it's this one right here. So I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to line this die up right here to cut out this flower. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to use this to line this up with this sentiment, just like that. And I'm going to run a piece of washi tape across that to hold that in place as well, so we don't have any shifting going on. Now, where did I just put my other plate? Aha. See, what I do is I get myself kind of clustered in here. Snap, crackle, pop. That means it's doing its job. Okay, so let me move that just out of the way because we're not done with it. Okay, so right here we are going to take the flower out, and we're going to set that aside and put that back in my case so I don't lose it. There is our sentiment, one of our sentiments. And then we need to pull out, there is a little hexagon or octagon. I don't remember my geometry here to remember my angles, but this little piece here, and I'm going to see if it'll fit in here. Ooh, look, it will. Sweet. Okay, so I am going to now use the sentiment, Nothing Fancy, Just Love. And I am going to stamp that for the other card. Right here. Again, using my pool party. Okay, I'm just going to stamp that right there. Beautiful. Okay, now let's bring our little machine back in here. Bring the plates in. Make sure that's laying flat. And let's get this on here straight. Nothing fancy, just love. Okay, so then I'm going to add my washi so that stays in place. And then my other plate, again, I buried it. And let's cut this out and then get these cards assembled. Okay, there's that. I'm going to put this in here so I don't wind up misplacing it because, as you can see, I misplace big things. Heaven forbid if I move a die or something. All right, let's move those out of the way. And let's have a sip of coffee. Where did I put my coffee? You know what? I didn't even bring my coffee in here. I left it in on my nightstand. Hence the whole coffee and cards. Geez. You know why? It's because I'm not technically live with you guys today. I think that's what really kind of threw me off. All right, so let's bring in our two little pieces here, and let's bring in our cards. So for this one here, we are going to be placing that right on the card base. So as you can see, I just put glue right over the tape. Now this is going to have that 1/4 of an inch around the outside. So just like that. Beautiful. Now we're going to take this Nothing Fancy, Just Love, and we're going to pop that up. But I'm going to use a couple of mini dimensionals here because I'm going to leave the center of this open so I can then kind of put it in between the kind of straddle that ribbon to hold it in place. It just kind of leaves that ribbon right in a good spot. Okay. And so I'm going to bring in these, but let's get this other card done up here too. All right, now I'm going to use my big dimensionals for this one. I'm just going to put one on each side here. Yeah, get off of there. All right, I'm going to add this kind of right here. Perfect. And now this little one, this beautiful flower, I'm going to put a dimensional kind of towards the top because we're going to leave the bottom portion down here kind of just sitting on that label, that sentiment label. And now with this bow, I'm going to use my mini glue dots. And I'm going to take this one and I'm going to attach it to the back of this bow. And this is where I was saying you can cut down your tails once you get this on here. And this is just going to go right here on the bottom corner of that label. Now, if you like that long hanging look of the ribbon, you can absolutely leave it. I am going to go ahead and cut it off because to put this in an envelope, it's going to make that probably not fit all too well. So I'm going to go like that. There we go. Now let's add some of these gorgeous embellishments and really make this card bling, or these cards bling. Okay, kind of clean some stuff up here. All right, let's grab, on this one, I am going to grab one of the Calypso Coral ones, and I'm going to add that right there. Oh, look at that. Just that one simple bling really just kind of captivates the eye on that one. Okay, so that one's done. Now on this one, let's use, let me grab one of the big ones and put it right there, because we've already got some of these other colors going on. I just want to grab one of those. And as you can see, you don't have to put a bunch of bling on there to really give it just that extra elegant pop to those cards. So there you go. That is coffee and cards here for your Thursday, even though I forgot my coffee, goofy me. But look at that. That is why I call this kind of your twofer cards, because you're getting two cards out of pretty much one technique. And they both are just as equally beautiful with using kind of just one swoosh of your brush in two different colors, and you really get some elegant cards. So I hope you guys give this a try. When you go over to my blog and you read the all about these and the dimensions and all the stuff, be sure to stop by my store. You can have, there are direct links right on my blog that will take you right into purchasing each one of these items. If your order is under $150, please use my host code. This is the current host code right now. If your order is over $150, don't use my host code. You are now going to become your own host, and you are going to get some rewards from Stampin' Up, and I really want you to have those. Those rewards are also on top of what you're going to earn with your celebrations items. So it's kind of a really great way of getting your hands on some free product. So, all right, you guys, thank you so much for coming in here and watching Thursdays, Coffee and Cards. I will see you guys if you watch me live over on Facebook. I will see you guys Monday, but all my videos do get uploaded here on YouTube. So you can always catch them here if you're not a big Facebook fan. All right, you guys, have a great weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.